Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dialar's Tactics. Gilroy got a buff in the last patch. Is he any good now? Is he OP, or is he still perpetually locked in Loki's dungeon? All right, that's the question we're going to answer. I guess I kind of asked it. We're going to answer that in this video, so let's get to it. All right, so Gilroy. Let's go look at Gilroy here now. Like, some of the tweaks were nice. Here we go. Okay. So, Gilroy, obviously, you want him in his Wind Relic. They did add his Wind Relic to his dungeon event, I do believe. So, if you were playing at the time of his release, you had a free-to-play way to get his Wind Relic. They obviously quickly realized that they wanted it. They've basically built this guy for Aldry early on, but we could just use Akalan. And they realized, yes, you know, Aldry's a Frost hero, so they should have, if they truly wanted us to use him, built him with that Wind Relic, and then they gave us access to it. Now, unfortunately, if you've come into the game since its launch, you have to pull it the hard way, and I've never seen it showing up in the shop. It seems like they haven't really updated the relics that can be available in the Shard shop. It's still just the launch heroes, which is unfortunate. Now Marble, get on it, fix it. All right, so let's talk about his kit. What has changed? I could pull up the patch notes, but I'm not going to pull up the patch notes. We're going to go into this like he's almost like a new character and see if he's cool or not. So when using a skill, I like when using his skill abilities or passives. 100% chance to grant attack increase 2 to Bull's favor allies for 2 turns. This is a 3-turn cooldown, so you're going to have 1 turn where they won't. But attack increase 2 is good. 100% independent chance to inflict effect resistance 2 on each enemy. Okay, effect resistance, so you're going to be able to apply your debuffs. You're not using them in PvP, so that's not really a PvP thing. Where in PvE is this necessary? I guess in Aldry, if that's where they want us to use him, you can land Heal Disruption easier, I guess. And then 100% chance to gain, and this is just him. Crit strike damage increase 2, which is a 40% crit strike damage increase for 2 turns to himself. So he is a damage dealer. So you I think they do want you to build him for damage. Now, he does have a leader ability, and they did tweak it. So activates in Arena. So I think they're building a team for Arena. Right now, with the addition of Brennan and the tweaks to Gilroy, he's not an Arena viable hero as is, but they added an Arena leadership and a Clan War leadership. So something's coming. Frozen Plain, again, because they want you to use him in Aldry, but attack up 20%. That's nice. Lot already gave you that. So Lot has a blanket just in battles. Attack up 20%. So that tells me that Lot will not have a final spot on that team. It's going to be Gilroy, Brennan, something that's coming, and then maybe something's coming after that. We all are holding our breath and hoping that we're going to get a Caliburn Arthur Bull. So it's going to be just an epic. That's going to be the epic OP hero in the game. So make sure you're saving a bunch of crystals and some rate-up summons for something that might come down the road. But, you know, you can't really play around what might be in this game, specifically when they just gave us a month of no content. Okay, so already this is better. This is better. So they made him more of a damage dealer. His P2, this looks exactly the same. When attempting to inflict recovery disruption, gain 2 vigor. So he can generate his own vigor, which means, unfortunately, a 4-turn cooldown. That's not that good in the scheme of things. It means you're still going to run out of vigor. This hasn't changed. I do believe this was always as is. But then this changed. So cooldown of 3. This used to be a cooldown of 2. So they did increase this cooldown. When attacking, 100% chance to inflict healing decay on the selected target for 2 turns cannot be resisted. So for 2 turns, it's on a 3-turn cooldown. There is going to be some turns in there when they won't have it, but this used to be a limited usage thing. So it is in his chivalries now to make this unlimited uses. So you do want to get him up to, I believe it is Chivalry 3 to make this, to get the most oomph out of this change to this passive 3. 100% chance to inflict defense decrease 1 on the selected target for 2 turns. Again, 3-turn cooldown that's going to fall off. That was also added to the game. So they really reworked this P3 because in the past, it was really hard to line up the healing decay, and healing decay is nice. It is a nice debuff or something to inflict, but it was so useless because you could only use it twice in the fight. And it just rendered it moot. So having it to be, it would have been really nice if they left it on a 2-turn cooldown, meaning you could have healing decay up the whole time. That would be really cool because he's not dishing out the deeps like a Bedivere or a Iwaret. So having him garner some of his damage from heal decay throughout the entire fight would have been really nice, and I think that they should have left this, although maybe with what's coming down the road, that would have made this a little too OP. So they really put a lot of change into this. All right, so I've got all of his relics. I think I managed to pull his fire from just the normal summons. I did not buy this or everything. He comes in frost, however, but wind is what you want specifically for Aldry, in my opinion. And let's go back to here. Let's look at, they didn't change, or actually, no, they did change something here. So this is his S3. Attack 1 enemy. If the target had recovery disruption, he's going to deal additional damage. That was always in there. But for every one of his relics, what they did add in was this attack ignores 15% of defense. Now, that is crucial on Aldry, because Aldry has such high defense. So now they made it so that his healing decay is unlimited uses, and he applies a defense down, and he ignores defense, all on this S3. They did definitely buff him, but is it enough? 100% chance to inflict recovery disruption for 1 turn. So S3 is pretty much what you're spamming. The S2 is... or not the S. The S2 is his buff, so 100% chance to gain crit rate up, like huge, 3 for 2 turns, which is really, really big. 100% chance to gain attack speed increase 2, 100% chance to charge attack gauge by 60%, and 100% independent chance to increase each enemy's recovery disruption by 1 turn. The problem is that you don't prioritize the S2. I guess given that, and this takes health, I guess given that he generates vigor. We saw from his passive, what was it, this one? Not every turn. You could set it so that it's 3-2-1, so that, or 3-2, so that eventually he will not have enough vigor and he will spam this and he'll give himself the buffs, right? And then maybe he can hit hard, especially if the enemy's already inflicted with recovery disruption. So then now let's look at his chivalries, because that's the tweaks that they made to his passives and to his abilities on his relics, because they added in that ignores defense to every single one of his relics. So I actually did pull on him. I got him up to his S or C3. I pulled on his current banner. If you're watching this after the banner is gone, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to just get him from selectors or from normally pulling in the summon pool. So his S1 additional skill effect, 100% independent chance to inflict effect resistance decrease 2. I don't know if that was new. I think that was the old one, but there's 100% chance to gain crit strike damage 2 for 2 turns. That's new. So they did buff his C1. This is still the same, and then this is where they also gave it a buff. So number of uses changes to unlimited, because I think it used to be it doubled the uses. Now it's just unlimited. When ignores the target's effective resistance when attempting to inflict healing decay. So even if they are, that's nice. I don't know if that is old or new, but that just means he will always land that healing decay no matter what. So you don't need to build him for super accuracy. And then 100% chance to inflict defense decrease 1 on the target for 2 turns. That is also new. So this chivalry is what drastically changed his passive 3. So they made a change to this one. They gave him more damage, and then they made a change to this one, making his heal decay actually worthwhile. All right. Unfortunately, this is how I currently have him built. I have him built as a damage dealer. Damage and crit rate. You know, that's old school. Do you want to put him in an Ascension set? Maybe. Maybe. And right now I have effect accuracy on this. I got to get this off. But I don't have a way to easily switch this for something else. So right now he's stuck. I wish this was attack percentage. Does he need that effect accuracy? I don't know. I even have effect accuracy there. He needs a little bit, because remember that he only ignores the resistances when he's trying to inflict heal decay. He still needs some effect accuracy if he wants to land all of his recovery disruptions. So you do kind of, he's still kind of iffy to build. Maybe, I think what I would do is I would make this, I would get this up to a 6-star belt. Eventually I will get one. A 6-star effect accuracy belt. And this I would want to switch out to attack percentage, which I just don't have right now. Let's my OCD's kicking in. Let's undo those. Okay. Isn't that supposed to be on my Brennan? Oh, well, anyway. So is he built properly? No. He is next in line to be 6-starred for me. And once he is 6-starred, we'll show you guys. Bull. I got it all ready to roll right there. Crit rate. Okay, so this is going to be his banner. Obviously, I want everyone to be in Strife banner, or I want all of his keepsakes to be Strife. But I'm going to change the belt, so that'll change too. But so his crit rate, we're going to get some more crit rate. But so right now his crit rate is 70%. Which is fine. 70% is fine. But maybe I would change this. I got some room to tinker. So if I can get his crit rate up higher, this should be a crit damage belt. Right. So still got some gear to work on. But for now, this is how I got him done. And this is how we're going to use him. Now, is he good now? Is he good? Okay, well, you aren't going to use him in PvP right now. You're just not. So he's not good there. Okay, so where are the places where he gets better? Well, maybe you say you want to use him in this dungeon. Right? So this is the team that I'm currently have him in to do the current event that is on at the time of this, or the time that I'm recording this video, which is kill Aldry with Brennan. So this team, will this work against Aldry? Now, let's see. Let's just start the battle here. I got enough stamina. We can run through this. Is he better here? Okay, let's see how this goes. Let's see how this recovery disruption team works. So, first of all, let's change this up. Let's go like that, because I want to see him, now that he can deal out that extra crit damage, I want to see him actually buff himself. But the thing is will he with Nika? Probably not. So Brandon is a Vigor. Arthur is in a damage set. I think he's in an Ascension set. So will he actually spam that S2? So he's running lead because obviously he has a frozen plane lead. And it's interesting because they did tweak his AI so that his healing decay will... Wait a minute, what's going on here? You guys are attacking the wrong thing. Alright, I made a mistake here, guys. I made a mistake. I did not select the head. You should have aimed for the head. Yeah, movie reference. Alright, we'll do it all over again. Okay. They did tweak his AI so that his healing decays line up perfectly with Aldry's hibernation mode, which is nice. So there's the first healing decay. You see the effect resistance down, so we can apply more debuffs, which is nice. Brennan also applies the heal block, or the healing disruption. Arthur supplies the deeps, right? So right there, you see big hit, barely even tickled Aldry. Aldry's defense just shrugged that off. And you do want to use the S3 because the S3 is what gives you the defense down. Arthur doing the damage. Brennan, since he's C5, is assisting. Whack. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. Nika's in Frost just so that she doesn't take all the hits. Now, here. you will see that his healing decay will line up. So we got 2 turns to do it. As soon as Brendan goes, he's going to apply healing decay right now. Ooh, he screwed up. He didn't use his S3. He used his S2. Oh, here it comes. There's the healing decay. Okay. And then Aldri's going to self-harm himself. It looks cool, okay? It looks cool. It does. Now, they did all these tweaks. You know, to make him better for Aldri 10. And you know what? You do not need it. Watch this. And let's take in who's another decent damage dealer. Well, I guess we want Nika for the vigor generation. Okay. So, all that being done, they tweaked his kit that much. Is he now the Aldri team? Sadly, no. Sadly, no. Why? Because watch this, guys. Much better defense down. And then look at Tristan. He almost took Aldri down to half health. Now Arthur's going to come along and do his whack whack. Oh, wait. Arthur's going to do his whack whack. Like, you don't even need heal disruption. You really don't. We're going to have this guy down before he even goes into a hibernation mode. Whack, whack. Ooh, big hits from Arthur. And then Tristan's going to come along and he's going to finish him off. Ooh. Nice stuff seeing Arthur put out the deeps. Defense down, Tristan. Bam, bam. He's dead. So, is Gilroy OP? He's better, but he's still completely irrelevant. Now, they can change this. They can fix this issue. If they want us to use these heroes for this dungeon, what they can do is give us Frozen Plain 20. They have to force us to use Heal Disruption and Heal Decay if they want us to use these heroes in this dungeon. I think they know this. I think that this is going to be on the roadmap because we are very, very much due. And they have shown in the past the ability to add more levels. They've done it to Clan Raid. They need to do it there as well. But I think we're at the point in the game after 4 months that they have to very quickly add on more levels to these dungeons. That's going to give us stuff to do. And they should go right to 20, in my opinion. Make it hard. Make it really hard. Make us, I want to be forced to have niche heroes to complete the dungeon. That gives me stuff to work on. That makes me happy. Just make it so that I can be industrious and I will be content. People ask what I want, give us that. So is he better? Yes. Is he relevant? No. Completely irrelevant. Now, the only other place that I'm using him in is in Favor Dungeon. Okay. I am going to do this for you fine folks, just so you can see. Okay. So this is the team I'm using for Favor Dungeon. I gotta lower my stamina usage. Oh, my poor crystals. So let's also tweak this so you see how I got it set up. We're going to go... Now, we don't have a vigor generator, although Lot is a little bit of a vigor generator. Brennan is a vigor generator as well. Well, really, he's canceling himself out. So he's just using the S2. I'm not using the S3 in this fight because this AoE with recovery disruption isn't really a thing. Really, it's this barrier on my buddies that is going to help me get through this without a healer. All right. So... I do like Gawain in this fight. Or not Gawain. I do like... Why did I screw that up? I do like Gilroy for this fight. And there is a point in the fight you'll see that he will, if he can line up everything where he's attacking into heal disruption and he gets his buffs from his S2, he does significantly damage this boss. So let's show you guys. This fight has failed too. It's not 100%. But basically the 5 barrier from Brennan does carry over, or it resets the next wave, so that I will go into the next wave with 5 barriers as well. So no heals. We're just flying by the seat of our pants here. But I do like this team. I don't... There's this... I have just this feeling in the cockles of my heart that the lineup for this team is going to change. So we are quite damaged here, unfortunately. Whack. See, that looked like a big hit. It did. It did look like a big hit. At least he didn't hit Brennan any harder. Okay, so can we beat the boss with limited health? We got all of our barriers back. This is where I think having Brennan's flame relic would also be better, because then he would constantly be giving us a 2-block barrier every time he assisted, which we need. So, no big hit there. Gawain, take it to the face. So we do have heal decay, which means nothing. We don't have heal disruption. Gilroy just did his S2, so he's full Saiyan now. But I think he's gonna die here. There, see, he's dead. Can we still finish this fight out? Like, even Lot looks like he's doing decent damage in this fight. If we can get it to where he's going to put the shields up in front of him. Yeah, okay. So now we got it. We got this now. Boom. Okay. So the Bull's Favor dungeon does still remain the hardest one, just based on the heroes that we have to play around with there. Gilroy, I couldn't show you that big hit that he could do because he did do that S2 right at the end. He lost 10% health and then died. I think that he shouldn't use his S2 in this fight without a healer. He really needs a healer to heal him back up. But he's usable here. Like, I can consistently farm this now where I couldn't before. I had just had it on farm before they introduced Brennan, but it was iffy. But, like, look at some of these things. 38 seconds, 48 seconds, 34 seconds, 34 seconds. Like, they need to add another 10 levels onto these as well. And I think if they added 10 levels onto these, okay, now we're talking. Now we got hard content. Because the content right now is just too easy. It just... across the board, it's too easy. But that's a side topic. The question of this video was, did they make Gilroy better? Or what's my thing? I can't remember what my thumbnail says. Is he OP now? Is he better? Is he good now? Still, no. They did make him better, but currently where the game stands, he is irrelevant. That could change if they add more levels. That could change if they add another hero onto that team that has heal disruption, heal decay synergies. We will see. The time of this recording, he is still firmly in Loki's basement dungeon. What Loki's doing with them down there, I'll leave that up to you to speculate. Hopefully nothing unbecoming of a fine, upstanding gentleman. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think about Gilroy, the changes they made to Gilroy, his usability in the game, in the comment section below. Till next time, code word of the day is chicken wing. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you. I'll see you later. Cheers, peace. Bye-bye.